Disaster strikes without a warning, leaving millions of people homeless and without the means to rebuild their homes and lives. In Asia, the Philippines has become ground zero for the devastating impact of natural disasters such as typhoons, with an average of over 20 typhoons occurring each year.
For example, in 2021, Typhoon Rai set a new record for destruction, leaving 1.5 million houses destroyed and 9 million Filipinos displaced. The evacuation centers, the only refuge for these victims, have become overcrowded and pose a risk for the spread of COVID-19. With most disaster victims having no emergency fund saved, rebuilding their homes with limited resources becomes a dangerous and prolonged task.
Worsening the situation, climate change is causing an increase in the intensity and frequency of typhoons, putting even more people at risk. In the face of this looming crisis, it is time for a solution that offers immediate shelter and electricity for those affected by natural disasters. The future cannot afford to wait. I am Cyril,
And I am James.
and we are proud to introduce to you Hypershelter, a solar-powered tent that can serve as a temporary shelter for displaced families affected by typhoons.
After powerful typhoons, electricity outages can leave households without access to essential amenities such as cooking, heating, cooling, and lighting, as well as limited internet access, which can hinder communication with family members. Hypershelter has a solar box integrated at the top of a tent that can provide electricity to charge smartphones and power electric fans, rice cookers, pocket Wi-Fis, and more.
It also includes a built-in light source that can be used at night and a UVC disinfection light for keeping the tent safe from bacteria and viruses such as COVID-19. For the first time ever, we have created the solution that goes beyond traditional modular evacuation tents. We solve the persistent issues of limited electricity and sanitation and offer a fast and simple affordable alternative. With no competitors in the Philippine market, we can be the leader.
Rather than selling directly to displaced families who may not have the financial capability to purchase a tent, we are targeting government organizations, NGOs, and corporate foundations who are looking for cost-effective solutions to provide temporary shelter for typhoon victims. We understand that each customer is unique with different needs and budgets. That's why we chose a rental business model and offered flexible pricing. Our approach isn't one size fits all. We work with customers to understand their needs and provide an affordable solution that meets their expectations.
But our mission goes beyond just making a profit. We pledge to use 20% of our revenue to lower the cost of our tents and make them more affordable and accessible to those who need them the most. The potential market for hypershelter is huge. The Philippine government announced that it has increased its budget for calamity funds by 55% in the past year. We believe that this is the perfect time and opportunity to introduce hypershelter to the market.
Our target beneficiaries are displaced Filipinos affected by typhoons. Globally, there are 46 million internal displacements. In the Philippines, there are 8.3 million internal displacements, and 6.7 million of those are storm related.
We will start in the regions that need shelters for most, like Cebu and Leyte, and expand to other regions from there. Our plan to bring hypershelter to the market is through partnering with organizations with the same mission of providing shelter to homeless Filipinos.
We can tap into their networks and reach more government units as these organizations are already doing great work in the communities we serve. Another part of our strategy is raising awareness and educating the public about hypershelter's benefits through social media platforms such as TikTok and by conducting seminars and workshops for government units.
Hypershelter started as an idea to create a tent that could provide shelter and also charge electronic devices. Using our school equipment, we built a prototype and tested its core features to check its feasibility. Last year, we participated in the Young Founders Summit in Singapore and won second place, receiving 1,500 USD grant. We also spoke to organizations such as Villigro, Philippine Red Cross Youth, Habitat for Humanity, UN Refugee Agency, and UNICEF to seek partnerships and support. With this, we are Hypershelter. And we hope you'll join us on our mission to shelter 100,000 homeless Filipinos by 2040.